just like cooking. Sometimes when you prepping the food to cook, it takes longer to prep the food than it takes for
Bro,
the food.
Sunday sauce?
Yeah.
I cook that all day.
Yeah.
That's every Sunday in my for me.
But in this industry, it don't ever think anything is to be perfect. It never is.
No, I know. I already expect my everything to be perfect.
Yeah. Things will be hypocritical about everything you do. Don't be like that.
I mean, I'm not, like, not perfect, but I don't
Right,
expect it.
right, right. Nobody.
My bad. I'm not trying.
Hmm?
I'm not trying.
Yeah. I know it's not worth it. A lot of people it end up damaging them from trying new things, being creative, and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
so what time your class started?
Um, started around like around like we're supposed to get here at 12 every day,
Mm-hmm.
but we usually start around like 12:20.
Right.
So
Because
because
usually when I
any
come,
any day of work, you're not just gonna come in and just start work right away. You're gonna like go around, say what's up to everyone.
yeah, yeah, but when it comes to this here, first you make sure all of your stuff is set up. Like when I come to my set, the first thing I do is set up whatever set I want to use. I normally use like these stools, chairs here for me and my guests. Then I'll get the mics, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll get the wires, I set that up. And then you don't need to worry about camera shots, getting camera shots and making sure the audio, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The levels is right on the audio. And then you're ready to go. But if you walk up and talking, you know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna rush when right. Or you could just do that and then you got time to spare. You know? Because I used to be like that too. And then I've seen a few new producers come in and they're like that.
Like too laid back.
Just thinking I'm at home, so I'm gonna bring food, and then I'm gonna go sit down and eat food, lunch. I ain't even do no work yet. I'm already eating lunch. You
No.
understand what I'm saying? Like, just too comfortable when the time is limited that you come in here. So when you get in, do what you gotta do, and get out of here.
Even with like school too. There's- I brought this school was just like I don't even know. You know, I mean,
Usually when I come, y'all be leaving. I come like on Wednesday, 2 p.m. And y'all be on your way out when I get here. So what school is this? Is this Port Richmond school?
no, nothing like
Is it CSI?
Nah, it's New Venture.
Right. So that's a new high school?
I don't know how new it is or how old it is, but my one of my cousin that's like a few years older than me,
Mm-hmm.
so say it's been here for maybe like 5 plus,
Right. All right.
maybe like 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, my cousin is like 5 years older than me. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. I think it's like around like 3 or 4
Right.
plus.
I mean, I've seen them come here, but I think the other students is from Port Richmond. And then sometimes we get interns here too from CSI and those places.
I've been to CSI before. When I was in Peters, I went to a basketball game. It
Mm.
low key sucked, bro. I couldn't even get seats because I showed up. Like, people show up early to get seats to the CSI basketball game.
Yeah.
And, bro, I, like, the whole time, like, 20, like 30 minutes, I got to see the game, and then I walked away for 1 second, and I couldn't get back into where I was because it was all
Because you
crowded
gotta
around.
remember, some of those people live there. So you understand what I'm saying? They're gonna
So,
they're gonna be talking about that stuff at breakfast. They're gonna be talking about it at lunch. You know what I'm saying? And then they come there because they have pep rallies and a whole bunch of
no,
stuff.
it's like a high school game.
Oh, well, they got cheerleaders and pep rallies too. You know.
Yeah. high school little basketball game. Bro, their pool is pretty cool. It's like right underneath it's like right underneath their court. Like you go there, you go floor bottom, you just see you see the pool. It's so cool.
Yeah, that place is like a bunch of hidden.
Yeah, where there's just a bunch of different buildings. And it's just a road that you can just drive through.
Yeah, I only been to maybe, I walked through there because the cafeteria is like in the middle, but I've been to the photography department that's way in the back, it's all the way in the back. So I've been through there, but I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm used to like Brooklyn College, Mega Evers, you know what I'm saying, the schools that we got over there.
I'm
Brooklyn
not too
Academy of
familiar
Music.
with Brooklyn. I've been there here and there. I've been there mostly for like doctor stuff, like abandoned stuff.
Right.
Like I mean I have mad years of like me looking for abandoned places. This one abandoned mansion is so cool, bro.
Oh, you like that stuff?
Yeah, it's down like it's down by Nicholas and Drive back from one
Mm-hmm.
and I went there on Halloween. It was okay. I should have just stayed home. I
Yeah.
probably would have got more candy if I would stayed home. But also, it's cool to like go out on Halloween.
Yeah, it is. It's good to like socialize and be around people because we all give each other energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's draining to yourself. You don't got nobody to talk to, and just
Yeah, it's different when you're sitting by yourself or you're in a room full of people that you know.
right. Because the energy, my time growing up, we didn't have like cell phones, none of that stuff. We barely had a beeper. You know what I mean? So
I think sometimes I'm like, bro, how does like everything used to go
people used to communicate. So if you seen a girl that you liked on the bus, you got on the bus and you started a conversation.
Yeah, or they probably have more confidence back
They did. They did. You know what I'm saying? And then even the people that just sit on the sidelines, they're invested in the conversation. You didn't have to yell and scream on your phone.
But somebody gotta be in there to make sure that light
then.
is not on there. Let me see. Oh, you can see it here. So we gotta bring this down
I think.
right there. See that light? We don't want that light to be on there. All right. Right there. So let me ask you something. This camera here is gonna be, that's where you sit at right there?
Oh, yeah.
You sitting right there. So
Yeah, they crisscross.
Yeah, I don't know how this. I don't know what those are.
So that one is
supposed
going
to
to be
be
on
on.
that person here, that camera.
Where'd Francisco go?
This is the safe shot.
Right there. He's chatting.
If you're not here in the next 5 minutes, you're directing and we're going.
He's chatting.
Can you do it?
Can I have like a little bit of this?
So he know how to run the board?
Sure he does.
All right, so we go.
Hi, Mr. Ranga.
Yeah,
I gotta give him 5 more minutes.
yeah, you the
I
man.
have like a little bit.
You like the,
What happened?
That should be.
you like the, captain.
Go ahead.
Hopefully,
He's the silent captain. He's the quiet dude
Well,
around.
if he can run it, we can roll.
We gotta wait for the kids. I can't do it without, waiting till at least 1 o'clock for them.
All right.
I got rules I gotta follow.
Also, it's one more person.
It's 2 because I don't have a stage manager either, but maybe Benny can do that. What do you say, Benny? Did you take any photos yet? Ben, did you take any photos yet? Behind the scenes, bud, come on. Behind the
Hey,
scenes.
so look, come look, I got the light out the way.
Oh, you did get it out?
Yeah, so
Good, perfect. Did you go down?
I pushed down,
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
and then this one here, I pushed down. So let me ask
So
you this.
Araceli, come here, let me show you something.
Do you think I need to move that over like that?
And push down, tilt down a
Yeah.
little bit. I
Like
think
that?
it looks better like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't want too much
All right, look
headroom.
at, look at, three.
Yeah, you got a lot of hair.
Too much, right? I sort of like a 2-shot like that. And 3 could be a close-up on you,
What about
is
right
my
there?
mind. we don't need them all to be the same, you know what I'm
Unless you're
saying?
gonna get the close up.
Can you sit in there for 1 second?
I sure am.
Thank you.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. There's a close-up. I like it. I'll show you. I think he'll like that.
all right, you got it.
And then we're gonna do the same on one. Araceli, come. You're gonna match. Come. You're gonna match camera one. See, camera one is gonna be on Ash in a close-up, like this. So you're gonna be, camera three is on him in a close-up. Your camera one, you're gonna be on the same kind of close-up on Aiden. Okay, you wanna see if you can get there? Go ahead. Come on, you can do it. You getting it?
She sure is.
Look at her.
All right.
See that?
She
I'm gonna
does.
show it to you again.
Yeah.
I would come out a little bit wider, a little more, yeah, like that, because give him a little room to move. Aiden, sit up. Thank you, see what I mean, like when he moves, he'll come out of frame, so if you can just get yourself a little bit wider like that, I think you'll be so perfect. Okay, and this way you keep it loose, where you always keep your hand on here, so that if somebody bangs into you or whatever, and you can make quick adjustments for whatever the director is telling you that they want to do. Aiden, how do you feel about unzipping?
I have a tank top underneath. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Oh, usually I have a tank top underneath.
I like it a little unzipped because otherwise I'm paying
Just a
attention
little
to what-
unzipped?
Yeah, otherwise I'm paying too much attention to what you're wearing. You're on camera 2.
Well, it should be that.
So camera 2 usually takes the wide shot, right? And do you know how to use this? This part? Okay. So let's get us a nice, comfortable 2 shot that we like the looks of. Look what happens when he gets up. He's out.
My fault. Oh, you got.
Okay,
You
you're
need me to sit there.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
We lost him. I would go a little tiny bit tighter, maybe.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm more interested in a little headroom than I'm more interested in a little space up top and than seeing too much of this table. I like that shot. Okay, well, we're gonna see what Francis will like. 'Cause I think he's gonna wind up directing today.
Like that?
Looks like it to me. What do you guys think?
Actually, I can show that hat right now. Oh,
Look like-
Oh, smile.
Oh, that's good. Hold on. What can we give you
Got
to
two.
make it look like you're
But-
official?
Just believe in
Like a
yourself.
clipboard or something.
Nobody gonna believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Like what you did, a lot of people don't do that. A
No,
lot
I
of
don't
people just
know.
go and try to get the shot and not
Do I
zoom
smile?
in and make sure
Alright.
focus before you try to get the shot, or else they're gonna tell you to go in and focus again. So it's good to do stuff right.
Can you live with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Something like that. I gotta send them to Mellis or whatever. To show them. Okay, we're closed, people. Thank you for your help.
Oh, anytime.
Benny, take that behind the scenes. Or maybe we'll put Benny on camera 3. Who was on 3? Talia was supposed to be on here, right? Okay, so maybe. Benny, you done camera before? Ben, you did camera before? Did you do it before or no? Wanna learn fast? What are you gonna do? You gonna take the pictures? John, you done camera before? Oh, you might be camera 3 in a minute. Okay, so camera 3, we're gonna put on a close-up of, it's gonna be a close-up of
So
Ash.
it's already on.
We're almost there.
Want me to sit here?
I
I'll take a seat here.
We were about the same.
Yeah,
I'm
he
seeing
was your stand-in.
Alright, so
He
it's
was your
already,
stand-in. Is it gonna be? Okay, I'll let you guys fool around with that. And you always wear glasses, yes? You always have your glasses on? Yep.
Yeah.
So whoever's on camera 3, you're gonna watch for glare on his glasses, you just don't wanna see any lights reflecting off of that. But that looks good. Okay, your shot here also looks good. You look good like that, okay? Araceli, come. Let me see you. Aiden, sit for a second.
Just ignore the yelling that you're about to hear.
Okay, no problem with that.
Hey, I didn't even see you in the dark. How are you?
I didn't see him in here.
You know what it is? The light over here is so bright, and
I
I
know.
see nothing on this side.
Something like this. So focus. This is your focus down here. Feel this.
Hey,
Feel
Terry
So
said he
you
on
go
the
in.
way. You hear me?
Yeah.
And then with your left arm,
Yeah.
you focus into his eyes. Aiden, can you look at us for a second? And there we have focus. Okay? And now you go back to the shot that you were working on, which is something like that. Cool? Good? Are you guys want to take a whack at it?
What? I'm ready.
I know. You've
All
been
I
ready.
need them to do is hit record.
You've been ready. You've been
Hey.
ready.
Hey, I've been ready.
What you feeling on all of this mess?
I don't know what to do with it.
What?
I think I just hold
Questions,
these
alright.
and then I'll just go.
Yeah, you just hold
You're
it.
cool if I
Just
take it
hold
away?
it. No, what's that?
Same thing. It's just switch questions.
Yeah, them little questions on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Princess will go
That's
back.
why I took it off.
Yeah. Yeah, just imagine, man,
How do you
Will you
put
do me a
your
favor?
Huh?
Fix your
Oh, I
undershirt so I
gotta
don't
put
see
this
it.
on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
Yeah, put your mics on.
Back up next time.
Oh, do I pull this out?
No,
The
no,
mic
no.
is here. Here's the mic. The mic is right here. So this part right here is the microphone,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna clip it onto you. Probably, can I unzip you a
Yeah.
little bit?
Got my boy Chad in
I'm
the
not
back.
trying to
Yeah,
be
got
an
him
asshole,
working.
but you just told me
Is
that.
that all right?
No, we come up, like I said, we help each other.
Alright.
Like I come on his show sometimes, help him.
Wait, how did you change that
See how
light?
he's threading, you see how he's threading the wire of the shirt?
Yeah.
I want you to do that with your sweatshirt. Okay, so we're gonna hide the cable to the side here.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Mike, can you hear
That's
me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
Good? Okay, so the way I'd like to do it is we'll start, and if you guys are comfortable, we'll keep on going, but if you wanna stop, and if you wanna start again, we can do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
I
Okay.
didn't touch the shot.
What happened?
Francisco touched the shot.
What happened?
And they
Francisco,
just-
let's go, don't worry, come back to me, He was
Just make sure the
focusing.
light is on.
Can I get you guys to sit a little closer together, tiny bit?
What,
Everybody
here?
go a little.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Right.
Thank you. So your shot is something like this.
I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it's too zoomed out.
You're good, and you always are standing. For the next half hour, you're standing with no phone. Can you do it? Promise? Okay, so you're on Aiden. Okay? Aiden, if you ever want to talk to the people out there, talk here.
Okay.
But if you don't want to talk to the people out there, just look at Ash and talk to each other.
Oh, your camera crew's here.
Uh-oh. Who's here? Couple of kids came in?
Hey, so do you
Let
want
me
this
see who's
on?
here.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Do you want this TV on?
I don't want the TV on, no, I want the TV off so it doesn't distract you. Lady, what the heck? I almost missed it.
Got a shot.
You got it on vibrate?
Uh,
Because if it rings, you don't want it to ring.
you said, I don't know how to do that.
But I'm saying, if the phone ring while we talking, if you get a phone call, you can't do that.
Just put your
Well, your
phone,
iPad
shut
is,
the ringer
use your
off.
iPad.
It's over there.
Why you gonna want all that, man? Come on, man, don't do
Look,
that, man.
I can't get, look at this. Oh, shucks.
Pull your phone ring though. If your phone ring while you recording.
I don't know how to turn that stuff off.
Oh, you can put it on D&D. Yo, show them how to do not disturb.
How do you turn that off?
Go into settings.
Settings.
It should be like sound or something.
Yeah, you
Sound.
gotta turn that off. You know that. Come on.
No, it should be like not do that.
Okay.
It should be, I made it as quiet as it could be. Right? It should be like a little slide thing. Oh look, your phone is covered. You see that thing? Like
Oh, this?
pull up,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you should be able to shut that off.
All right. So it's not gonna rain now, right?
It's, I mean, you should probably try it right
Let me
now.
know.
But
Let me know. Let me know.
I think I got it. Low key.
Oh, you know what? I could test it. I could call my phone. That's the thing about these headphones is like, I'm calling my phone. So, all right, it's off. You heard me?
Yeah,
I just tried to call my phone. Yeah. Thank you.
you got it.
Taught me something new. So it's a half-hour show, so still got 45 minutes to play with. You know what I'm saying? 49 minutes to play with. Okay, so the other person is here.
Check 1, 2. You guys hear me?
Can you hear us? Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, give me a few seconds.
Gotcha.
Right, but we heard him there. We gotta hear him here.
Oh. That's what it is?
Yeah, he was on the speaker. But we can hear it, but he don't have the stuff on. He don't have, because you know it's a different headphone from the one we got.
We're not gonna have it now.
But you know what? Whenever y'all run out of it, then y'all have to communicate to each other. You know what I'm saying? So they could talk to you to tell you to get him to get the shot that they need for him. Because I've been had people fall asleep on the camera. They're talking to them and they over here sleeping.
Okay.
We ready? We ready?
You ready whenever you're ready.
Oh,
Yeah, give us a few seconds. Somebody switched the inputs on.
So you couldn't hear us?
No, I hear you. There's just, in pod 1, there's a buzz. And I don't want you to use any of them until it gets checked out.
Mike,
You just get it hum.
Mike,
Mhm.
hey, Angel, can you just check this for me? That glare, see the glare that's coming in?
Your monitor levels were way out of whack. But it's not the camera. That's what it looks like inside. Let me just double check you. Yeah, that's out of focus. Okay.
You good, my brother, you good, you good.
Oh,
You good.
no, I was just looking at, I'm looking at the TV.
Okay, you know what, John? Move closer. You're like in New Jersey. Get over in New York here. Right there, all the way over here. That's good. Because this way, when they're looking at each other, you don't get a profile of their faces.
Okay.
How we doing?
You
guys want
Whatever you want to
For
get.
like 7
All right.
times.
Do you guys want some
And
water?
you look good.
Water?
Double check the camera anyway. Just a little.
We'll adjust from inside, you'll hear.
Okay.
But it's
You're all
fine.
set.
It's great,
Yeah, we
Thank
good.
I'm gonna get sound level.
okay?
And
So, if you can tell Arlette she's directing, she'll ask for it. Just don't say 1, 2, 3. Tell us what you had for breakfast or for lunch.
For breakfast or for lunch?
Yeah, just talk a little bit.
I
Not
don't
yet.
eat breakfast.
She's gonna tell you. She's running this set.
Yes, the black shirt.
Hey, could you shut the door?
Absolutely.
Ask, they need a sound check from you.
Testing. You can hear me? 1, 2, 3.
No, I can't.
Keep going. Tell me what you have for breakfast.
I had water. I had
That
water.
sound like breakfast.
Keep going.
I had
Any
water.
good
That's
sound
all I
check?
had. I had water. And I thought about what I was gonna eat for lunch.
Wow.
Okay.
You can hear me? I had water.
No, they need to
Hey,
hear
Ian, tell me what you have for
water and
breakfast, please.
oxygen, you know what
Um,
I'm saying?
I don't eat breakfast. I also had water.
Yeah.
Oh, We got the water boys up there, man.
Bunch of healthy people around here. All right.
Ah,
Jack, could you shake that door for us, man? Jack,
yeah.
door.
Hi, what's your name? You, what y'all doing? Nothing?
And hold it down while you're talking.
So, you know there's a position called floor director. You the floor director? Okay. So,
Okay, we're doing a test recording, make sure everything's recording right. Just tell me your name and how to spell the last name.
who do you want to start with?
Ashahid Muhammad. Muhammad is M-U.
Keep going, come on, it's just a recording, a sound check.
M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D.
Perfect. Okay, sorry, student, I don't know your name, but just tell Aiden, just say your name and spell the last name.
Aiden Lopez, Aiden, Lopez.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we're doing a test recording, make sure everything's recording right. Just tell me your name and how to spell the last name.
Who do you want to start with?
Ashahid Muhammad. Muhammad is M-U.
Keep going, just say your name and spell the last name.
Aiden.
Hey, student. What's that student name?
I'm gonna lock this up, we're gonna go.
Hey.
Remember what I was telling you?
No.
Remember, just relax.
Are we supposed to hear
calm,
them or
listen.
no?
Just listen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your questions are
Are
coming.
we
Wow,
supposed
what
to
you
see
say?
them
Okay.
on here?
Well, he already got his question written down.
Right, but then it depends on how you answer it.
That's
You might
true.
answer the
That's
question.
true.
Right.
You might hit me with a curveball, then I have to switch the
Yeah.
question up.
So we are or no?
Can you ask her what camera I look at when when I'm doing the introduction? That one.
No, you just watch the lights on the camera. So if this red light is on, that means this camera is on you. If this light is on, that means this camera is on you. If that light is on, that means that camera is on him. This is your camera, this is his camera, and then y'all share this one camera. This is the same shot.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So if you don't know, just look for the
Yeah,
light.
I think this camera is you.
Yeah,
That camera is me.
right.
And that camera is.
So these two cameras will be, you're not in no way in the focus, so even if you move, this camera is directly on him. You can
Okay.
get his shot. But that's your shot, and this is your shared shot.
Okay.
So see, now camera one is on you.
Yeah. All right. So we start whenever.
No, they gotta hit record.
We're just waiting on,
We waiting on them.
we're just waiting on control play.
We waiting on them to say here.
And then there's a fourth camera up there somewhere.
Yeah, there's a camera over there.
I was just saying it over here. Yeah, it's up there in the rafters somewhere. Uh-oh.
What?
He was in your shot.
Huh?
He was in your shot.
Who?
But they directors, so they know what to do. You was here when the guy came with the backwards pant, the hanging down pant. He's supposed to bring his peoples. He's supposed to come back, but I talked to him from December. I haven't really heard nothing. You know what I'm saying? Be ready.
I hear a little bit of her shoulder.
So, floor director, you do the countdown. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep that on cue. And they'll tell us when they say quiet on the set and all of that, let them know. Mics are live. Oh, Lord. What's your name?
Araceli.
He done came and messed up all our good ass
Yeah,
shots.
I know. See?
What are you
That's
Because
why I got
before,
so mad.
if he leaned up, he wasn't in my shot. Now, if he leaned up, he's gonna be in mine.
That's why I got so mad, bro. He messed
Yeah.
up.
You ain't gotta watch. Sometimes they'll sabotage this stuff too. Okay. Floor director, they talking to you.
I don't hear nothing.
No, she can't hear.
Maybe check your battery. Yeah, battery might be messed up. They said quiet on the set.
What we doing?
Her battery dead.
She is the floor director, so they have to be able.
Man, when we record, we don't be doing.
I know, but they have to learn this stuff. Like all of these different positions, they have to learn them. So say something goes wrong over there, while we're behind the camera, she can come there, you know what I'm saying? We can move the camera to where she could fix whatever, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it might be your mic, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, so it defeats the purpose of us trying to go there and do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shave your headset for a little bit.
Oh my God.
Are we could record?
You can get mine if you want. You good?
Yeah.
Well, we'll just tell you whatever they say, we'll
Quiet
tell
on
you.
the set. Five, four, three, two, one, action.
Hi, I'm Aiden Lopez here with, I'm with the New York, hold on. Can we restart that? My fault.
Keep
They're gonna
going,
keep going.
keep going,
Keep going. I'm here with the New Venture Charter School, and I'm here to ask him a few questions. So, I would like to start off with your name. Oh, all right. Fuck. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Yo, all right.
Just start over.
Just keep
All right,
going.
Bro, start over. Exactly. Welcome to.
Take a
New
deep breath,
Adventures.
you can start over.
Welcome
Alright.
to New Adventures. I got a great artist. I got a great artist. You can introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Aiden Lopez. I'm here with New Ventures Charter. I'm with a great artist here. Will you introduce yourself for me?
Yes, I'm Ashaki Muhammad. I'm an artist and also an author who do a lot of mentoring in the community through art.
Okay. So, Ash, in the past, hold on. I'm sorry. You're an incredible artist. You have a fascinating story, and I would like to hear more about that.
Well, with my art, my story through art is I use my art to express myself. I also use it for therapy.
Okay.
I use it to educate my community through art. I also travel to different schools, different communities, group homes, juvenile detention centers,
Okay.
things like that to help educate people on how, because see, when I grew up in the lifestyle that I grew up in, I was in the streets, and the things that occurred in my life in the streets, I used my experience in the streets through my art.
Okay. So you use it as a way of expressing yourself.
Yes, and also educating my, or you can pretty much say I use my art to let people see my viewpoints of the world.
Okay. Okay. So, can you tell us more about your early life, like where you grew up and how your home life was?
I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. It's a small city down south. One of the cities, one of the uh, one of the roughest cities in America. It's very small. It's actually smaller than Staten Island. And growing up in that environment, um, I ran the streets. I was, I sold drugs in and out of juvenile detentions and group homes. Um, just a lifestyle of the street life that caused me to suffer a lot of consequences. And even when I was incarcerated, that's where I really tapped into my art because, like, when I was incarcerated, the art helped me to escape from. It helped me not to think about being incarcerated.
Okay. So what helped you kind of click and make that transition in your life to where you got out of that and focused more so on art?
Well, for a long time, me using art, I used art when I was incarcerated, but when I got out, I went back to the streets. So it was like, it took it was a phase,
Yeah.
because the streets was more my lifestyle, the drug money, the crime life, the fast life.
Yeah.
But as I continued to get older and the consequences of the streets began to catch up with me, and that's where I realized that at some point I gotta use my gift to change and come out of the street life.
Okay. So who were you raised by? You're like,
My mother was a single mother. She grew up in the environment, the same environment as where a rough, low income environment. But as she got older, she improved her life. She went back to school and became a nurse, and that was sort of like one of my first inspirations of change because I watched my mother, her phases of life when she began to change her lifestyle, and that gave me somewhat an inspiration to want to follow her.
yeah. So you guys kind of influenced each other to go down a better path.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you get introduced to drugs?
The environment, the environment in the city. If you go, not just my environment, my family. My family was people that use drugs and alcohol, party. They come from the party life, and not just that. It's just it's a lifestyle that you don't think is something wrong with it because your environment. When you go outside, you see your whole environment is okay with it. So it's like, because I remember when I was younger, I remember going to school and they used to say no to drugs. But when I went home, everybody said yes to drugs.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was very confusing because like growing up, we used to smoke weed. We used to smoke weed and drink. And being in the in crowd was, and not so much the in crowd. A lot of people, you don't have to be in the in crowd to use drugs. Because I know a lot of people use drugs by themselves.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be cool to try to fit in the in crowd. You can just be a normal person that a loner.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of loner people that get high. So my environment, it was a belief system or a culture that I didn't know that it was wrong. Because in the environment, wrong looked right and right looked wrong.
Yeah. So getting out of prison, going back into that environment, did you feel like the people around you influenced you more so to stay on drugs and, not really take that extra step and go down the path that you wanted to go down with art?
Well, I think, like when I went to prison and I was incarcerated, See, in prison, the prison is just like the streets or your environment, because you got criminals, robbers, murderers, drug dealers, thieves, so you're in an environment, and you have people that are in there that are trying to change their lives. You have people that been locked up and they read the Bible or the Quran. You see them praying and striving to do the right thing. So it's like when you get in prison, you go in jail, you be in the institution, you have a choice, just like on the streets. You can hang with the drug dealers in jail, the gang bangers, or you can hang around the people that's trying to do the right thing. So when I went to prison, it was more like school to me when I was younger, because it was fun. I didn't look at it that it was wrong. You see what I'm saying? I looked at it was just a vacation. I'm in a bad school. That's what it looked like. For all the people that's bad. So when I was in there, but as I continue to get older, I'm realizing that my freedom is vital. You see what I'm saying? So I'm realizing now that it ain't so much fun being locked up. When you get out, you see everybody growing up that you grew up with. Now they got homes, they got cars, and you coming out of prison with a little kid mind. That's something that how jail can affect you. You can be incarcerated for so long, and while people are on the outside maturing in the world, growing up, doing things that they want to be in life, and here I am coming out with a little kid mind. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not growing.
Yeah. So being in prison, did that impact your family dynamic, or?
Yes, it impacted me a whole lot and my family, because I remember coming home, right? I remember coming home and my mother and my brother, they was like, we was eating at the table and we was like quiet, because I was like, I hadn't been around them in years. So it was like, but once you get back into being around them, it kind of mellowed out. But I remember moments where, like I said, because being incarcerated, you miss a lot of time around your family. So when you come home, it's like things are changed. It ain't the same, you know?
Yeah, I kind of relate to you in that sense where I had went away, I came back, I just had to go away to kind of get my mind right, started going down the wrong path. And I heard a lot that being sober is kind of like a new high. Do you feel that way? And can you relate to that?
Being clean and off drugs is like for me, I'm giving my experience. For years, right, I would get up and smoke weed, get high. Years, I'm talking about years. That's all. And so it went from just having fun with drugs, then it went to coping with life with drugs. So whatever went on in my life, I need to get high to cope with what's going on. So once I decided to get clean, now I'm realizing that emotionally, mentally, and physically, to not get high, because the savings, I lost my job. I used to get high. So now I lose my job, I don't get high. So now I gotta feel everything. If I'm trying to apply for something, a dream or a goal, and it don't go right, I used to get high. So now I can't. So now I gotta feel everything. I gotta relate to life without getting high. So sometimes it's like even today, like dealing with life without coping with medicating myself. Staying in reality. Because one thing I realized with drugs is no matter how you get, the reality is still gonna be there. Getting high ain't gonna change. See, my high went from social and partying to consequences, to being homeless in the streets, to being in shelters and rehabs. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different when someone just smoke weed every day and play video games. That's different. But see, if I use drugs, it's different. You ever seen a person homeless on the streets? That's my end. That's the end of the road for my situation of using drugs. So me being clean today, it's like, it's a natural high. And it was a blessing because now I'm learning to cope with life without no drugs.
Yeah. So you don't tend to dwell in the past, right? You focus on your future.
No, I focus on when I'm dealing with my life, all the, because see, me being in the streets, I had to come to realize that's a lot of trauma coming out of the streets. It was a lot of flashbacks and memories. So I live in all three.
Okay.
The past, the present, and the future.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
So I'm sorry about that. Does your past ever hold you back to getting to where you want to go? Do you ever think about it too much and you're like, you hold yourself at, like, why did I do this kind of thing?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's like a roller coaster. You understand? It's where, because some days, like for instance, I got shot in my head, right? I lost my right eye. I can't see on this side, right? So a lot of days I ask myself, I should have done. I should have not went that way. You understand?
Yeah.
But as time heals my mistakes that I did in the past. You understand what I'm saying? So the things that I did in the past that comes up every now and then, I just realize in the present not to do them.
Yeah.
Not to make the same mistake. That what helps me heal from the past. The things that I did in my past, I learned how to cope with it better by not making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
And in the future, as far as me thinking about the future, my present dictates the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your life is totally different now. What transformed you?
What transformed me? Okay, a lot of things transformed me, but the first thing that transformed me is my creator, who I believe in. You know, the person, the creator, the higher being, which I could choose to call Allah, God. That's my belief. I pray a lot. I give back in the communities. I help people. Um, like now, being around the youth, educating the youth about my life, so they can learn from my life, to not do the things that I did in life.
Yeah. So, talking about the youth, what is a message that you would give to somebody like my age that was in your position, or just going through something rough and wants to make that change?
Well, one thing I tell them is, first, do not do drugs, period. Because, and learn a skill that can make you independent, even if you had a job. Meaning, I feel as though a person that gets a job, if he had a skill where the job depended on him, he's more in control. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and like educate first, no drugs. Second, all the education is possible.
Okay.
Be aware, love yourself. That's another thing. Learn to love yourself more, because that's something that I had to do. I had to, learn myself and learn to be okay with saying no.
Yeah.
You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to, cause see, a lot of times I was growing up, it was a lot of things that I really didn't want to do, but I just did it because everybody else was doing it. The trend, you see what I'm saying? Or I learned in so many words, I learned to create my own identity. You understand?
Yeah.
Meaning, I learned me. I found out who I was as a person. Because when I was younger, I don't know how old you are, but when we was younger, we wore big clothes, like big shirts, t-shirts, back in the old days of hip hop.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wore big clothes for so long, I didn't even know my real size. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying was, I was mimicking what society was. And once I realized that I want to be me, so once I found out me, that helped me in my whole life.
Yeah. So, what is something that somebody has told you that stuck with you to this day?
What is something somebody told me that's stuck with me to this day? I'm an amazing person. And when they told me that, I didn't believe it. So it goes back to the last question. Once I found out and learned to love me and learned who I really was as a person. Because see, when I was younger, I looked at me even today. I looked at me every day in the mirror and I didn't know who I was. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I learned and really got deep in tune with loving me and caring for me, yeah, that's when I realized that what the people was telling me, I'm an amazing person. That's true.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So now I have a question about your art.
All right, go ahead.
So have you ever made any pieces to inspire people?
Of course. See, I have different forms of art. You know, like I create comic books. They're books that I create. I tell my story through my comic books. I educate people of what it was like growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, and so that inspired others. I also taught other people how to write and publish books.
Okay.
What else? Like I said, I travel to different schools as a mentor, and I share with them the story of being an artist and my background as being in the streets. So a lot of times I inspire people when they see my art because, like I said, I'm blind on one side, so I draw with one eye. So it's like when people see me sketching and painting, drawing, and creating art with one eye, they inspire them because, like I said, a lot of people have gifts, but like that's another thing from your last question is, see, when I tapped into my art, that when I really found out who I was.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, if you got a gift, that's for anybody, any person that's growing up. If you have a gift and you know you're good at it, that's your true identity.
Yeah.
But if you don't tap into that true identity, if you don't tap into that gift, I don't care who you are, you're not gonna find out who you really are because that gift, because for a long time, I had the gift of art, for an example. When I was out younger, selling drugs, running the streets, partying, going to clubs, having a good time in the street life, yeah, I used to see people drawing and painting, right? And I used to say, I can do that, but I wasn't doing it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was over here, but my art gift was over here. But as long as I stayed here, my life wasn't on the right course.
Yeah.
But once I came here to the art world, it was like I opened the door to a treasure that I had. The door was always there. I just never went in there. But once I opened the door and went in there, I said, man, I should have been over here.
Yeah. So the other day I was in class. I got asked a question. It was art class. I got asked a question. It was, what is art and how can somebody interpret something as art? What do you think art is and how do you interpret art? Like, can this table be art?
Everything's art.
Okay.
Everything you see, somebody thought it first, and they sketched it or drew it out. I don't care what you look at. Everything. The only thing is not probably, well, art, yeah, nature is art too, but the creative design. But I'm saying as far as cars, clothes, TVs, whatever you see man-made, it was a thought. The thought is art.
Okay.
And they created it. When you bring it into existence, everything is art. So when I look at even like when I'm brainstorming, I'm drawing in my head. I'm creating. It's art is creative.
Okay.
Whatever you being creative of, you know, like a person like on TikTok, you see people like cooking. That's a form of art.
Yeah. So do you think art is anything? Is that how
It's
you
everything.
interpret art?
It's not anything. It's everything.
It's everything. Okay, I like that. So now going back to you and your story, if you could go back in time and change anything, what would you change? What would be the main thing that you would change?
I wouldn't change nothing.
Nothing? Okay,
I'll give you a reason why I wouldn't change nothing.
okay.
The reason why I wouldn't change nothing, right, is because if I go back in time and change it, I may die.
That's
seen
true.
this mo- I seen
That's
this mo-
true.
Listen, I seen this movie. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I think it's called Time Machine.
Okay.
Where this guy, he was in love with this woman. She was in love with him. It was his wife. He loved her, and she died. So he created a time machine. And every time, so he would travel back in time. Because the incident that caused her to die, he saved her from the incident. So when he saved her from the incident, something else happened, and she still died. So he kept traveling back in the time. So the reason why I say that, as far as me as an artist and me being who I am today, see, everything that I've been through in my life, it made my character better. It made my heart soft. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had a hard heart. See, when you're in the street life, it's cutthroat. It's everything is vicious. You understand? It's like a jungle. So to come through that and be out of that and soften my heart. See, I love my soft heart, passion.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think that it's amazing that you could go out and inspire others and you're not scared to tell your story. So, I'm sorry, going back to your art now.
All right, go ahead.
How did you discover your talent for drawing? What made you realize that you could draw?
Well, I seen my uncle. When I was growing up, I was like 4 or 5. May he rest in peace. Charles, his name is Charles. He used to take a pencil and just sketch. And I was like, oh, what is that? You know, because you see a clear piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
And he take a pencil and he draw something and he create on a white piece of paper. So to me, that was amazing.
Yeah.
So, but one thing he didn't do, he wasn't an artist. He was an artist, but he was like me. I had to do it, but I didn't do nothing. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what he was. He sketched, but he just knew how to do it.
Okay.
But see, as I got older, I remember that though. But see, he planted the seed, but I remember he didn't do nothing with it. See, my family is full of artists.
Yeah.
All my family members
We're
are.
gonna start wrapping up.
All right.
But no, keep
Cool.
going. Next question is last question.
All right, that's great.
All right. Last question. This is the last question.
I can't see him.
Okay. So I've heard you produced a book.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about the book you produced, and tell us, like, what influenced you to create a book.
Okay, I wrote, designed, and published over 15 books.
Okay.
And what gave me the idea, like I said, when I was in the streets selling drugs and before I came homeless, I was in the streets. And when I went to school and got my GED and went to college, I seen a lot of youth into comic books. You know, Batman, Superman, all of that.
Yeah.
But see, when I was growing up, I wasn't into it because I was in the streets. So when I went to college, I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create me some comic books and I'm gonna tell my story through art.
Yeah.
So that what inspired me to create the comic books. And what I do is everybody that I ever grew up with, no matter who I ran in contact with, I tell their story. Because when I was homeless in the streets, when homeless people died,
Counting down from 10.
all right, when homeless people died, don't nobody tell their story.
8,
Okay.
7.
Well, I think you were a truly amazing guest. I thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah.
It was amazing having you. Thank you all for watching.
Go.
Stay in your places, nobody move.
Don't nobody move.
You guys are all killing it. You're amazing. How was that for you guys?
Was it good? It started
Yay.
off good.
Hold on. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna do a couple of minutes of the sketching, okay?
They didn't tell us there was a police officer in the building. Who said don't nobody?
Oh,
Uh-uh.
good job.
Okay, so yes,
So what
they
we
got
were
a couple of
thinking,
doctors on the way.
Okay,
So we're gonna get set up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they got it.
we already planned it, right?
I mean, they got to do,
They're not here till 2 o'clock,
okay.
so we're good.
So
We
do
have
you
10
want me
minutes.
this on her? Leave this?
Yeah, leave it on, because you guys are gonna
Yeah, so
still
you can-
chat.
All right.
Now it's sort of just casual,
Okay, the best
like that.
position for this is right here.
Okay, I can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, but let
We
me
wanna
know
see-
circle
Alright.
like
We wanna see Aiden in the background, and we wanna see his sketching in his arm, so it's gonna probably
Wait,
look
so
from
just-
your camera right here.
My camera was over here.
Camera here. Bring your camera here.
Yeah,
Camera
just come
here.
stand up here. So
The camera gotta come here.
Get your wireless.
Hold on,
So you'll pull it.
stay with me. I can't